Hi, it's Dot from dottotrot.com, and I want to apologize for all the stripes. It is laundry day, so please forgive me. But what I'm going to do is show you how you can add some excitement to your water. Water is really important when you're just when you're trying to get healthy or if you want to lose weight. One of the things people don't really realize is that when your body signal for thirst is actually this is exactly the same as it is for hunger. So many times we overeat because we think we're hungry, but in fact we're really just thirsty. So one of the problems I had when I started on my little getting healthy journey about 4 years ago was getting enough water in. I was a person who drank unsweetened iced tea all the time, which is a good thing. And I have someone visiting me. um, but I used to drink unsweetened iced tea all the time, and that's not bad. But too much caffeine, not necessarily a great thing. So I really focused on trying to drink more water. But I was a type of person who just didn't like the taste of water, which when it dawned on me, water doesn't taste like anything. And I started really realizing that water wasn't about taste. It wasn't about my taste buds. It was about my health. Um, we can go a long time without food. We can go months without food. We only can go 7 days without water, though, and our body is mostly water. So I started looking at different ways that I can incorporate more water into my diet. And one of the things I started doing was using infused water. And all it is simple tap water. And I just added some herbs, vegetables, and occasionally some fruit. And I'm just going to show you some different ways that you can jazz up your water. My go-to one is right here, and this is my mint egg cucumber water. And all it is just slices of cucumber and some fresh mint, and I keep it in the fridge. This pitcher, I usually fill it up twice a day because I drink it twice. I drink 2 pitchers of these a day. It just has a nice subtle flavor to it. The intensity of the flavor is dictated by how much cucumber and mint I want to add to the water. So it really is up to you. The one thing about cucumber, mint, and also a lot of your citruses like lemon, lime, oranges, they immediately infuse the water with flavor. You don't have to wait. You don't have to soak it for a while. Mint's another one. It really is a really quick flavor that once you add it to the water. With mint, you do have to crunch it up to release the oils from it. But again, this is pretty much, I don't have to really let this sit around a whole lot to let the flavor leach out into the water. It's pretty immediate. Now, a variation of this is where I use lime along with lime and strawberries along with the mint. So all I do is I just go ahead and add some limes. I'll add my cucumber. You can certainly make this as pretty as you want. It's up to you. I'm going to crush my mint as I'm doing right now and adding the mint to it. I'll add water in just a little bit, but the idea is you just, again, this will be a pretty instant one. It's just in a very small mason jar as an example. I probably would put this in a little bit of a larger jar, but it just gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. If I was using these, I just use a little bit less of the materials. I will say that when it comes to the strawberries or any type of fruit, other than lemon and limes, I'm a little bit more cautious. When you have especially berries, you're not really getting the fiber from the berries unless you eat them. What's happening though is that besides the antioxidants and a lot of the nutrients, you're also getting sugar and fructose leached into your water too. So I try to minimize the fruit as much as possible. It really, when I add them, it really is a treat. And I'll usually go ahead and eat the fruit, but I won't do multiples of these in a day. It's sort of like one special glass for me. So there's that one there. One I already started, and with rosemary, it's one of those herbs. It's not instant. It is one you usually want to soak for a long period of time, for at least, I would say 5-6 hours. People do soak it overnight to get the full flavor, but a really nice touch, so I've already got water in this one, so we'll see how this goes, is I'm going to add some lemon to my rosemary and raspberries. Not sure how many I'm going to add. Let's go ahead and add them all. So I put them all in. And again, this one is going to be ready in probably about 2 hours. What I'm going to do is really let the raspberries soak and let the flavor get in here. Sometimes the water may become a little bit pink from the raspberries, but that's perfectly fine. So that's a good one. And then another one I use is simple as I use thyme. And lemons as well. I also use thyme and lemon when I make my own iced tea. It's really just a lovely flavor. If you can find lemon thyme, I suggest you use that because it tastes great. Finally, what I have here is I've got some orange slices, some blueberries, and some basil. Seems like an odd combination, but oranges and blueberries are wonderful together. Now you will get a pink hue from the water from the berries. I don't know if I'm going to add all of that basil. I think I'm going to do one basil leaf like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and fill the 3 jars with water just so you see how it looks when it's all floating around. So I've got my jars all set up. Now, if I was going to let them, you can let them sit out for a little bit. I usually cover them because I have a pesky cat who's around here somewhere, and he loves to put his paws in my water. So I'll usually put a jar on them just to keep them safe from the kitty. And then I'll just leave them out for a couple of hours, 1, maybe 2 hours at the most, and then they go into the fridge just to make sure no bacteria gets in them. Another fun thing that you can try is I have this one soaking. This one's going to soak overnight, and it's that is a cinnamon stick I have inside a jar of water, and it's a great way to infuse a nice cinnamon flavor to it. If you can withstand more carbohydrates than I can, one of the things that you can add to this are thin slices of apple. Once your water is really soaked up the flavor of the cinnamon, add some apple to it. Apple takes a few hours to really, leach the flavors out. You just want to be careful again because apple does have a lot of sugar in it. So be careful on how much you use, but you do want them thinly sliced. Too thick of a slice, it's just going to take forever for the flavors to come out. So, but that's another fun one. Also, just a little tip, if you're feeling really adventurous, you can put one of your cinnamon sticks in your coffee pot on top of the coffee before the water hits it, before it actually starts brewing. Again, what'll happen is the flavor will sort of, a light cinnamon flavor goes throughout your coffee in the morning if you like that. So anyway, this just a general idea of the fun little things you can do with water. It's really about playing with the different flavors that you like. You can pretty much use a lot of different things. I would stay away from really soft and mushy fruits like bananas. They just get a little bit too mushy and they just start disintegrating. Watermelon, cantaloupe, melons are actually pretty good with this. But again, they are a lot softer. So they do degrade after a little while, but they do add wonderful flavor. You could use frozen fruit if you'd like. Just keep in mind, just like with soft fruits, they degrade very quickly and start disintegrating within the water. Yes, you can eat the stuff if you would like to. I certainly do with my cucumber mint. I do eat the cucumbers. When it comes to the berries myself, I tend to, unless it's a day that I can have berries, or that I allow myself some berries, then sure, I'll have them. But again, it's just the sugar content. It can be a little bit too high depending on where I'm at. But if it's a day that I usually treat myself with berries, then sure, I'll go ahead and have them. I just don't make it a really, really big treat for me. But anyway, that is a great way to get a lot of flavor into your water and get yourself hydrated as you're losing weight. I'll see you again next time. Bye.